Okay, Madam Chairwoman, we are now live streaming on YouTube.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Monday, August 17th Zoning Board of Appeals meeting to order for the city of Everett, Massachusetts. Before we begin reading the procedures and policies of the meeting itself, I'm going to read Governor Baker's response and declaration of public health emergency. In response to Governor Baker's declaration of a public health emergency and the related emergency executive order dated March 12, 2020, the Everett Zoning Board of Appeals shall be meeting remotely until further notice. The audio conferencing application Zoom will be used for this purpose. An online link and telephone access number will be provided on all meeting agendas and also on the city's website. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the city's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. This application will permit the public to access and participate in future board meetings and hearings. Instructions for joining meetings in this manner will be provided on the city and city clerk's websites. We extend our thanks for your understanding and participation in this manner, which is intended to keep the members of the Board of Appeals and the public safe. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to just go over the agenda and the conduct of the public hearing. So first of all, the meeting is now called to order, and the procedures are as follows. I will read the petition. The petitioner at that time will then state his or her reasons for requesting the variance or special permit. At that time, once that explanation and the petitioner is completed presenting their reason for this variance or permit, I will at that point open the meeting up to the public, and all those in favor of the petition and all those opposed to the petition will have 3 opportunities to speak. Once the public hearing is over, I will close that portion of the meeting and turn it over back to the petitioner so the petitioner can respond to any questions or concerns regarding what the public has said. They have the right to rebut any opposition. At that point, I will, once the petition has completed that, I will open the board members for questions to the petitioner that they may have before voting on the petition. It will take 4 yes votes in favor to be granted a variance or special permit. At this time, I'd like to introduce the members of the board, starting with Roger Thistle.
Roger Thistle.
Mike D'Antone.
Mike D'Antone.
Paul Colometta. Paul, you're on mute, honey. You're on mute. You have to unmute, click the microphone in the bottom left.
Paul Colometta.
And John Fraser.
John Fraser.
And I'm Mary Gerasi, and our clerk tonight is Roberta Supa. So at this time, I would like to look at the agenda. Many different papers nowadays. Okay, at this time, we're going to call to order. We did the roll call and new business. There is no old business tonight. It's all new business. So I'm going to begin with reading petition number 2475, Busnish Abra special permit regarding 42 May Street, Everett, Mass. Is that petitioner here present? 42 May Street, and the name is...
Yes, Madam Chairwoman, Attorney Paul Delory representing the petitioner. We are present on Zoom.
Excellent. Thank you, Attorney Delory. So your letter states, dear property owner authorized agent, you have requested that a building permit be issued in accordance with the appropriate provisions of the City of Everett zoning ordinances Appendix A. For the reasons outlined below, your request for such permit is respectfully denied. You have the right to request the issuance of a special permit from the Zoning Board of Appeals in compliance with the City of Everett zoning ordinance Appendix A and with the MGL 40A9 laws. Property address, 42 May Street, map parcel G 0-01-000046. Property owner, Busnish Abra, 24 Arlington Street, Newton, Mass. Person requesting and representing is Attorney Paul Delory of 365 Broadway, Everett, Mass. Applicant seeks a building permit to raise the existing enclosed front porch, first floor, and within the front porch footprint, expand and extend the front of the house up to the existing ridge line of the main roof. Install 3 dormers on the south side of the roof and one dormer on the outside of the roof. The structure will remain a single-family dwelling. The existing lot contains 1,875 square feet and is located within the dwelling district. The existing lot and structure are non-conforming with respect to current zoning requirements of the area, frontage and setbacks. The proposed additions to the structure will increase the non-conformity. Reason for denial. Permit was denied in accordance to the City of Everett zoning ordinance Appendix A, Section 3, General Requirements, Paragraph C. Existing non-conforming structure or uses may be extended or altered, provided that such extension, alteration, or change of use shall be permitted only upon the grant of a special permit by the Zoning Board of Appeals after a public hearing and a finding by the board that such extension, alteration, or change of use shall not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing non-conforming use or structure. Building Commissioner's signature, James Sopa, dated April 14th, 2020. So at this time, Attorney Delory, could you please present?
Yes, good evening, Madam Chairwoman. Attorney Paul Delory, 365 Broadway in Everett, representing the petitioner. Miss Abra, I had sent her the Zoom link for this tonight. She had a family emergency. She had to take her sister to the hospital, so she may be able to tune in or log in rather from her phone. So I told her that we would proceed. If there's any reason that you need her presence here, I'd be happy to postpone to another date, but I don't think that it's necessary. I believe I can answer any questions that she would be asked. I would like to ask Mr. Soper if he could share this. Could you share the screen so that we can control the screen on our end?
The screen is shared, Madam Chairwoman and applicant, Attorney Delory.
Okay.
All right, so can I see our screen now?
Can you see our screen?
I can see you, Attorney Delory, but I don't see the center screen with your information.
Can you see it now?
No.
Hold on one second.
Take your time.
Yep.
What about now?
It's coming on. There it is. We got it.
You got it? You should see a property card from the assessor's office, correct?
Yes,
That's the first,
exactly.
okay.
Yep.
So let me just give you a little bit of background. We are appealing from the denial of a building permit, which was submitted to do construction at 42 May Street. And this is before you tonight, in which the applicant is seeking a special permit to conduct renovations at the property. Let me scroll down if I can. I want to show you a picture. This is a picture of the existing property. It's a single family house. It has 3 bedrooms upstairs and then kitchen, living room, and dining room downstairs. The applicant proposes to raise this enclosed first floor porch. Okay, and within the footprint of it, not extending beyond the footprint, but then to build up this plus the second floor and build it up and bring the ridge line of the roof out to meet it. So if you look over here, let me go to the next page. These have been submitted. I know you have them, but I just wanted to point out this is what the finished product will look like. But let me go to the floor plan first. This is your floor plan. So if you look here, this is the existing footprint of the first floor porch. This is the proposed, it'll be raised. What you're seeing on the dotted line is where it was. And then you're going to see the property is extended into that space here. And then obviously it'll be built up to the second floor and the ridge line will be extended. In addition to that, the applicant proposes to build 3 dormers on the south side and 1 on this side, because this peaked roof, these rooms are very, very warm. So it'll give them a little, obviously ventilation and light in that area. If you come back to this screen, the first screen, this is what it will look like. So if you could picture, the original porch was like this, built out like this. This will be down, and then this will be built to the ridge line in this area. So because she's increasing the non-conforming nature of the structure, she requires a special permit to do this. It's important that I want to stress to the board that this is the only change to this house. This is a single family house. When it's completed, it will remain a single family house. It's a 3-bedroom house. It will remain a 3-bedroom house. If you can see here, these are the existing bedrooms on the second floor here. And you'll see they're going to, she's actually going to flip these. The 2 bedrooms will come out front, the master bedroom will go in the rear, but it still will be 3 bedrooms, as well as the downstairs. There's an open kitchen area and a living room area. And it's a general upgrade of the property. They're planning to do quite a bit of work. She's presently living with her sister in Newton, and she's anxious to get this work underway to move her family in here. So that's what is, the most important. That it'll be a big improvement in terms of the property, because it'll all be re-sided. And I would, certainly submit to the board that it's really just simply an expansion in place, and it won't be more detrimental to the village area in any way. You can see the upgrade here. It's very, very nice looking property. So that's the entire presentation in terms of that. And I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have them.
Okay, Mr. Attorney Delory, at this time, I'd like to open the meeting to the public. Mr. Soper, is anybody in the waiting room?
I have no one in the waiting room at this point to be heard on this subject.
Okay, I'm gonna go through policy and call. All those in favor, anyone, Mr. Soper? All those in favor? And one last call, all those in favor, Mr. Soper, no one entered.
No one entered. I do have, Ms. Brzezinski. She is in the waiting room. Hold on, she just came in. Let me admit her. And
Okay.
you might want to speak for this. So just might take her a
Sure,
second.
I won't close that part.
Okay. Let's see. There she is. Paul, your client is aboard.
Bazunish? Let's see where she is.
There she is.
Bazunish, can you see us?
Probably muted.
She may be muted, Jim.
She is not muted. She might have a volume down on
Okay.
her screen. Zunish?
Bazunish, do you have it? Can you hear us? No? Let me see if I can.
Mr. Delory, maybe you could text her and ask her to put her volume up.
I can do that, yeah.
Thank you, much appreciated.
I'll be honest with you, Madam Chairman. I'm not sure that she needs to speak. I don't want to delay the board. I'm just happy that she's been able to join us. At least I hope that she can hear me speaking. And if she can, I would tell her that we've done the presentation. We're in the public hearing part right now. The
Sure.
board may have some questions. So
Sure, if you want to, if she could put her volume up, that would be great. If it doesn't work, it's fine. She can just listen, whatever.
Okay.
If y'all good with that, Attorney Delory, that's up to you and your client.
I'm fine with that. I mean,
All
I'm
right.
fine with that.
So last call, all those in favor? Anyone else, Mr. Soper?
Nobody else.
All right, I'm going to close that portion and I'm going to open it up. All those opposed? All those opposed? Mr. Soper, anyone join in?
I have nobody joined.
And one last call, all those opposed?
Nobody joined, Madam Chairwoman.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to close the public portion of the meeting. And Mr. Delory, if there's anything you'd like to review since your client came up or anything you want to add that you think she might want to add, feel free to speak.
I think that, we've covered all of the legal foundation for this. I do know, I will stress that she is very anxious to move in. So I would ask the board to, in their discretion, to consider this favorably so that she could begin the building permit process.
Okay. So at this time, then, I'm going to open up the meeting to questions from the board. And I actually have one question, Mr. Delory.
Yes,
The side with the 3 dormers is on
Yes.
the driveway side of the house, if you're
That's
facing
correct.
it? And
That's
the one dormer is on the other side that is next door to a closer neighbor, so to speak.
that's
So
correct.
The 3
Yes.
dormers is on the side of the house that's actually wider, and it wouldn't be encroaching on a neighbor or anything like that.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Because
Yep.
that's, I went down and took some pictures, so I just want to
Okay.
make sure I have it right.
Yep. Yes, that is correct, Madam Chairwoman.
And one other quick question. I notice here, I noticed in your presentation, there was already a foundation, a solid foundation that's usable under the porch. They're not gonna have to dig anymore. They're not extending the foundation in any way with this, right?
No, they're using the existing footprint. All they'll do is take what's above that foundation out and then rebuild right on that foundation. So that
And-
it won't be any further out or back or sideways. It'll be exactly in that footprint.
Okay, and it's a single family, it's gonna remain a single family, and she's going to be the resident in the house, she and her family?
Yes, to all of those. Yes, single to single, 3-bedroom will remain a 3-bedroom, and her family will move in. Yes.
All right, thank you. Any other board members have a question?
Mr. Delory, I have a question. Madam Chairman, I have through you to Mr. Delory. She bought that, what, a year ago? I think it said 6/19. Is that what I saw?
I believe so, yes.
Was there has it been rented since then, or has she been working on it all this time, or what's
It's been
going on?
unoccupied.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, she had to return home for a family issue, and then she came back. And then it's just been, sort of one thing after another. She had to wait to get her plans and then her renderings, and that's what it is. But it's basically been unoccupied. That's why she's so anxious to get moving on and get it done.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question. Are you gonna have any type of landscape around the property? Any bushes, any grass?
There is a small landscape area. Let me pull the plot plan up. I think. Yeah, there is a small area of landscaping around the side of the property and some in the back. It's a very small lot, so it doesn't admit to a lot of landscape area. The driveway is fully paved, so, and there'll be some, as I said, the footprint will be exactly the same.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Delory, I'd just like to chime in one more question, please.
Sure.
Do any of the neighbors know what's going on here and what's going to be happening? I mean, I know they probably got letters, but has anybody talked to the neighbors?
Yeah, she's taught, Ms. Bazuna, Ms. Abigail, I'm sorry, has talked to the neighbors, and a couple of times when she came down and was walking around the property, they were asking her when it was going to start. And she spoke with them. And that's unfortunately something she would have to ask, but I did have a conversation, and she has been in touch with the neighbors over the period of time since she bought it.
Yeah, I just didn't want to see something go up beside them and say, we knew nothing about this or whatever. But okay, as long as somebody's been alerted, I actually like the project.
Yeah.
Any other questions from the board members? So at this time, I would need a call for favorable action.
Madam Chairman, I'd like to make a motion for favorable action on this.
I second it.
And, all right, we've had a motion for favorable action, and it has been seconded. Roberta, could you please call the roll? Roberta?
John Fraser,
Yes.
Roger Thistle,
Yes,
Paul Colometer,
Yes.
Michael Dane Tone,
Yes.
and Mary Gerasi.
Yes. Your motion has been passed. You need to, hold on, sorry about that. Your motion has, your variance has been, your special permit has been passed, and it will take 20 days for the letter to be entered and for you to get your papers to start working.
Thank the board very much for their time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Attorney
Thank you.
DeFlorio. Have a great
Have a
night.
good night.
Good luck. Tell your client good luck, please.
Thank you so much.
All right, hold on one quick second. I'm just trying to get myself together here. And, okay. The next petition is petition number 2477, Bouvier Jewelers. Is Bouvier Jewelers present and their representative?
Madam Chair, yes, David Carr. I'm an attorney in Arlington with an office at 4 Newman Way on behalf of the Bouvier family.
Okay, I'm going to read their petition, and then you will have a chance to explain in detail what the petition is and what it's for and why, okay?
Thank you.
So to whom it may concern, this notice is to inform you. Oh, wait. Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on one quick. Why is this? Here it is. I'm sorry, I apologize. To the said Board of Appeals, the owner applicant seeks a permit for the installation of a wall sign located on this. What is this? Roberta, I feel like I'm out of order here. Here it is, I'm sorry. Okay, I apologize sincerely. Dear property owner authorized agent, you have requested that a building permit be issued in accordance with the appropriate provisions of the City of Everett Signs and Billboard Ordinance Section 12A. For the reasons outlined below, your request for such permit is respectfully denied. You have the right to request the Zoning Board of Appeals to annul or modify the decision of the building inspector under Section 12A-42 right of appeal. Property address, 166 to 168 School Street. Map parcel is CO-04-0000008. Property owner Bouvier Jewelers, 166, 168 School Street, Everett, Mass. Person requesting Attorney David Carr, 4 Newman Way, Arlington, Mass. Applicant seeks a permit for the installation of a wall sign located on the south-facing side of the building at 166, 68 School Street, located within a business district. Reason for denial, permit was denied in accordance to the City of Everett Signs and Billboards Ordinance, Section 12A-64. Prohibited signs, A, on premise signs which advertise an activity, business, product, or service no longer produced or conducted on the premises upon which the sign is located are prohibited. Okay, so Attorney Carr.
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. This was an application for a sign permit submitted back in May. And I've had discussions with Mr. Soper, and the reason for his denial is limited to that section 64 of 12A, basically stating that Bouvier Jewelers no longer does business on the premises. There was a stipulation, and we had some litigation that started back in 2015 concerning the safety of that building. And Mr. Soper's concern has always been the safety of that building. There's no question about that, the safety of the citizens of Everett. However, in 2017, we reached a stipulation where there were limited hours of retail operation that Bouvier Jewelers was open to the public at that time. And it was limited to 9 hours of retail sales at the Bouvier building, where he's been doing business for 50 years as a jeweler. So in that stipulation, we agreed to close down the retail portion of his business. And the Bouvier Jewelers was in the process of moving from one location to another. They have a location in Arlington, but nevertheless, the building, as you see it now, has Bouvier Jewelers advertising in the front of the building where the retail shop was operating. It no longer is, hasn't been since 2017. And the sign that we're seeking to put on the south side of the business is a similar sign, Bouvier Jewelers. It provides a phone number, it provides a website, it provides Jeff Bouvier's contact information, his email address, and it replaces an existing sign in the exact same location, albeit it's somewhat larger, more attractive than the smaller sign that's there. But as Mr. Soper reminded us that, we voluntarily terminated the retail business. However, there is still business going on there. The contact information that's advertised there today is still the same. Jeff Bouvier meets clients to let them into otherwise this retail store that he was operating in, to make exchanges, to choose jewelry, to conduct business on this limited basis where it's no longer allowed, the public is not allowed into his retail store. That portion is shut down. However, he's transitioned along with thousands of other retailers to do things online, to do things by text message, to do things by meeting at the store, exchanging whether it's a purchase or a choice of an article that a client would be interested in, or to review options that a client may have when picking out an item of jewelry. So given the focus, Mr. Soper's focus on safety, I don't think that it's a reversal that, there's always been business conducted within that building, jewelry business, on a very limited basis. Again, closed to the public. You cannot walk in there. And that was the agreement in 2017. And since that's the only reason that, that it was denied, I would ask the board to consider that there's no other issue with the sign. The sign is properly sized. It will be properly affixed to the south side of the building. You've seen, I think, the renditions in your package. It does replace a sign that you can see actually on the City of Everett's website. It features Jeff's building, and you can see the existing sign that's there. So it's a replacement of a sign. We think there's no safety issue. We're not opening up the retail business to the public. And on that basis, Madam Chair, we ask the board to consider overruling, which you have the authority to do, the specific authority to vary from this denial, and to allow the sign to be placed where we've indicated on the south side of the business, so that he can conduct his business as he has for the past 50 years, albeit without the benefit of a retail store.
All right, is that all? Do you have anything else, or? So I take a picture here? Oh, we'll get to that after. Are you all set? Can I open it to the public?
Yes, Madam.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to open this up to the public. Mr. Soper, is anybody waiting to speak?
I do not know specifically, but I do see Chief Carley just is on board. I don't know if he needs to speak on this or not.
So I'm going to open it up to all those in favor, but could you just ask Chief Carley if he's here for this specific one, please?
Hi, everybody. No, I'm not here for the specific, any specific item, just here to kind of observe tonight. I looked at the agenda, just wanted to hop on, but I have nothing on this sign issue for Mr. Bouvier.
Okay, thank you, Chief Carley, and welcome.
Chief, I would like to ask you questions later on, so I'm glad you're on.
Perfect,
Okay.
I'll be here.
Okay, so at this time, Mr. Soper, all those in favor, is anybody in the,
I have nobody presently in the waiting room, waiting to be heard.
okay, all those in favor? One last call for formality, all those in favor? Mr. Soper still empty?
Still empty.
Okay, I'm gonna move on. All those opposed? Another call, all those opposed? Mr. Soper still empty, right?
It is still empty.
All those opposed? Okay, at this time, I'm gonna close the public portion of the meeting and ask Attorney Carr, is there any last thing you'd like to add before I open it up to the board?
No, I certainly appreciate your consideration, but just given the narrow scope of the denial, I just wanted that explanation that we are not reversing field on the City of Everett. We simply just want to continue business, put the sign up on a building that's been owned by the family for over 50 years. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, at this time, I'm gonna open up to the board. Any questions? Do any board members have any questions?
I do, Madam Chairman.
Go ahead.
First one is with in some later date, is it your client's idea to have a retail spot at that corner?
Well, that corner has been under consideration by the city for so many different options. We're uncertain. The family's uncertain as to what the future of that building is, because the city may be doing some development down there. My client's interested in doing some development down there. Whether or not his retail jeweler fits in his plan anymore, I can't say. There's no immediate plans to reopen a retail store in that building so that it's open to the public, while there are concerns out there about the fire escapes to this building that were a source of an issue with Mr. Soper and the family.
It's a very visible corner to just be an empty storefront. I'm a little disappointed that that's what it's going to become.
Well,
But I know they are developing down there, and that's probably going to get caught up in the development. That's what I expect anyway. But my next question does include Chief Carley. Doing any work on that building, like hanging a sign, is that a safe building? I mean, nobody's been doing anything there for a long time. So I am concerned a little bit about the safety of, I don't know what it takes to hang a sign on the side of a brick building.
Yeah, as long as it's done by somebody who has a knowledge of the condition of the building, I don't see a problem. We don't have too many issues with signs falling, thankfully, off facades. I know myself and Jim Soper have worked with the building owners to remove some issues that we had there that, we were concerned with the public a few years ago. namely like the fire escapes and some other issues that we had at the building. But if the signs adhered properly, I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with that.
Mr.
And
D'Antoni,
Mr.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
If I could, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Um,
we do have before the
Attorney Carr?
redevelopment. Yes, ma'am.
Attorney Carr? Oh, never mind. Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
Right, Mr. D'Antoni's concern was, what is the future of this building? We do have before the redevelopment board plans, independent plans for use of that property to be a hotel site, and that's being considered by the redevelopment board. So there are things going on. It's not just an intentional vacant building.
Okay.
I've just lived in the city all my life and I would like to see something really nice there, so I'm glad to hear that.
Mike, actually, your question came in, segues into one of my questions, because I was going to ask Carly the same question about the safety of the building. Do you have a professional sign company that has experience already in mind to change the sign for you?
Yes, I believe it was submitted through the
I
original
didn't see
application.
it. I might have missed it in here. But I just
Yeah,
wanted-
I believe the original application was submitted through a sign builder, fabricator.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have that part. We just have the appeal, I believe. All right, no, that's fine. I just want to make sure that, you weren't, no one in that in Bouvier family was going to be doing it themselves.
No one's getting up on the ladder and.
Safety risk,
Right.
Any other questions from the board?
Madam Chairwoman, I have a question. I was concerned about it being professionally installed. Also, do you know the material being used? Is it going to be metal, or what material is going to be used for the sign?
Yeah, it appears to be a metal sign. I don't have that detail, but again, it's through a fabricator who would build and install this sign. So a professional sign company has been engaged to.
Okay.
To
That was my main concern, being professionally installed, and also.
Yes.
And it's not going to be illuminated by any type of.
No, it's a very simple, really a simple presentation. No bells, whistles, moving parts, electronic displays.
Any lights like offset, like shining on it to.
None planned, none. No, that is not part of the permit
Okay.
process.
Okay, that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Any other questions from the board?
Yeah, I have one.
Chairman- Oh, go ahead, Paul. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You said there's a sign there now, correct?
There is a small sign there now, yes.
Okay, what's the reason to make it bigger? If it's
Well,
if
there's
the
a
company, go ahead.
Right. Well, the couple reasons. I mean, obviously, I guess in advertising, the bigger the better. But besides from that, Mr. Bouvier just acquired a new website that he wants to bring to the attention of the public. There was a Bouvier Jewelers on the West Coast of all places, but it went out of business and he was able to acquire that specific website. So now he has exclusive ownership of that. That's part of the signage that he's trying to emphasize. And it also has his email address and the usual phone number. So it's an improvement, and it shows the evolution of his business, going now with website sales and similar to other retail stores.
Did you try to redesign the sign that's there now to fit all the information you need to communicate to the public?
It's rather small, and I think, that would probably, if we stayed within the framework of the existing sign that's there, and actually you could see it if you visited the City of Everett website. It's got a photograph looking towards City Hall, but captures a small piece of the south side of the building, and it's a rather small sign. You really can't even discern in the picture what it says other than Bouvier Jewelers. So there really does need some space to include the website, the phone number, and the email address.
Thank you.
Okay. And any other questions from the board? And last call, any other questions from the board? So at this time, I would need a motion for favorable action.
Madam Chairman, I make a motion on this piece for favorable action.
Roger Thissell will second that.
We have a motion for favorable action that has been seconded by Roger Thissell. Could Roberta please call the roll?
Yes. John Fraser,
Yes.
Roger Thistle,
Yes.
Paul Colometta,
Yes.
Michael Dane Tone,
Yes,
and Mary Gerasi.
Yes. Your permit, your request, your request and your variance have been approved. It will take 20 days for the paperwork to be filed, and then you may begin to change your sign.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Have a great night and good luck.
You too, thank you.
All right. Okay, I would like to call petition number 2478. 2478, 178, 180 Hancock Street. Is the petitioner here for petition 2478, 178 to 180 Hancock Street?
Hi, Mary. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Okay, so at this time, you can let us know what's going on. Present your case, please.
All right, perfect. Bear with me. This is my
Oh,
first.
wait, let me read the letter. I am so off tonight. I apologize. I'm not feeling that great. All right, dear property owner, authorized agent, you have requested that a building permit be issued in accordance with the appropriate provisions of the City of Everett zoning ordinances, Appendix A. For the reasons outlined below, your request for such permit is respectfully denied. You have the right to request the issuance of a special permit from the Zoning Board of Appeals in compliance with Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40A and 9. Property address 17881 to 180 Hancock Street, map parcel CO-01-000-155. Person requesting is Timothy Penso. His address is 178 to 180 Hancock Street, Everett, Mass. The applicant proposes to construct a dormer at the rear of the single-family structure located at the back of the lot. The existing lot is 6,000 square feet and is located in a dwelling district and contains a single and a two-family structure. The dormer will increase the non-conforming nature of the structure as to the rear setback. Reason for denial: permit was denied in accordance to the City of Everett zoning ordinance, Appendix A, Section 3, General Requirements, Paragraph C. Existing non-conforming structure or uses may be extended or altered, provided that such extension, alteration, or change of use shall be permitted only upon the grant of a special permit by the Zoning Board of Appeals after a public hearing and a finding by the board that such extension, alteration, or change of use shall not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing non-conforming use or structure. Building Commissioner signature, James Sopa, July 23rd, 2020. Now you may present. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine. This is my
I had
first.
a long day today.
Yeah, it's my first rodeo, so it seemed normal to me. Yeah, thank you all for taking the time. Yeah, I've been at 178, 180 Hancock Street for the last year. It was actually a year ago that I closed on the house. Been doing a lot of work there. The first time I was in front of the board ever was with Anthony Rossi. I think it was the night of the case you guys did, the 600 Everett. He represented me. Yeah, I don't know if you remember the garage. I'm sure you guys see a lot of cases. So yeah, it's been going well. The house is looking great. The neighbor decided to start siding his house, so the neighborhood's looking really, really good. So I'm pumped about that. I just wanted, since that was my first rodeo, I didn't know this, but you should have everything on the plan when you go in front of the board. And as I was looking at it, I was like, oh wait, yeah, like I wanted a rear dormer for the headroom in the bathroom, by the tub and the staircase. So if I could share my screen, I could pull that plan up to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see, where is it? Here. So this is what it looked like. They're currently working on that. Let me pull it up. Let's see, architectural drawings. Perfect. All right. Yep. So this is what was approved, and that's what I was trying to do. This rear area here. Oh, let me see how to unhighlight that. 1 second. Okay. Pull it up again. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I was just trying to add that rear dormer. I have the direct abutter on. I've talked to the other neighbors. I talked to the other direct abutter. and they love everything that's going on there, so they were all about it. He didn't hop on tonight. He works with National Grid, so I don't know if he's working late. But Papa is his name is Scott. He's the rear direct abutter. Facing this right here is facing his property, but he seemed to enjoy it. So yeah, that's all I was trying to do. Nothing crazy, but yeah, that's my case pretty much.
Okay, so at this time, I'm going to open it up to the public, and I'm going to let Papa Scott, all those in favor to speak. Mr. Scott, yep, there you go.
Hi, how are you? Scott Bennett. I live at 184 Hancock. I've been involved with this since the get-go because,
I'm sorry,
as you
I
can
didn't hear
see,
your name, Mary.
What do you need? His name is Scott Bennett, and I believe your address is 184 Hancock?
yes,
Thank you, thank you.
I've been very involved with this. When you saw the picture of the garage, the window you saw was my bedroom. So that's what I look at first thing in the morning for the last 13 years. Tim has done a great job with the main building out front, virtually transformed the block. He's very involved with the project. I speak to him all the time about it. And where you said that substantially more detrimental, I believe the exact opposite is the case with what he's doing with this property. That's what I have to say.
Anything else, or is that all? Are you good, Mr. Bennett?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm like, it's transformed the block.
Excellent.
The work he's done so far.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for coming on and speaking. Mr. Soper, all those in favor, is anyone in the waiting room?
I have nobody else in the waiting room.
And one last time, all those in favor, Mr. Soper, anyone in the waiting room?
The waiting room is empty.
All right. All those opposed? All those opposed? And just double check, Mr. Soper, all those opposed, and is the waiting room empty?
The waiting room is currently empty.
Tim, do you have anything else to say before I open up questions to the board?
Just no, don't really have anything. That's
Okay,
all.
thank you, Mr. Penso. And at this time, I'd like to open up questions to the board. I have-
Mr. Penzo, just as a reminder, what was there was a reason, there was somebody gonna live back there, right? Was it just a single family, or did you have a family member going back there? If I remember the story.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend.
In the back house?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not here, but she's the one that was on
That's
my
fine. I remember the property very well. Thank you.
back.
Madam Chairman, I move for favorable action.
Is it,
Roger Dissel will second that motion.
so we have a motion for favorable action that has been seconded. Roberta, could you please call the roll?
Yes. John Frazier,
Yes.
Roger Thistle,
Yes.
Paul Colometta,
Yes.
Mike D'Antoni,
Yes.
and Mary Gerasi.
Yes. So your request has been, your appeal has been approved. And it will take 20 days for Roberta to file with the clerk, and you will get your paperwork and be ordered to begin your dormer.
Okay, great. And then I just take that paperwork and submit it to the town?
Yes,
Building department.
the building department, to Mr. Soper.
Oh,
And I
okay.
used to take that paperwork to the,
I don't know that part of it, so I don't have anything to do with that, to be honest with you.
oh,
Yeah, sorry. I'll email Jim.
Roberta's the person to, I can point
Roberta
you
knows
to.
all that, though.
I'll call
Okay.
you, Tim.
Oh, thanks, Roberta. Thanks for all your help.
That would be great. Tim, good luck with your project. You're doing a great job over there.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it all. Thank you.
Madam Chairman, before we forget, I would like to make a motion to accept the meetings from our last meeting, minutes from our meeting.
I'll second that motion.
Been a motion to second the minutes from the last meeting, and they have been seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes have been approved from the last meeting. And any communications, I believe in September, we'll go on our regular twice a month schedule again. The first and third Monday we skipped, I know, the first week in August, so is everybody good with that?
Are we getting petitions, Roberta? I mean, is there stuff?
We have one petition for September 8th, which is a Tuesday night. That's
Oh,
have
yeah,
to be-
that's right, Labor Day. The meeting
Labor
is
Day.
gonna be Tuesday.
will be on Tuesday night. We have one petition, that's it.
Okay. So write that down. Write that down.
That's all on the agenda right now, right? The one-
No, that will
No.
be on the next agenda.
Be on the next agenda.
No, what I'm saying is that that's all there is right now built up for,
That's all that can be. The deadline's already gone.
okay.
Petition, we can't get any more for that meeting.
Okay.
Roberta, will you be here for that meeting?
Yes,
Okay. So Roger, I have a quick question for you. Can we do our signature thing again?
Sure.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
We should designate Mr. Roger to do that. He'll be the designated thingamadoer.
It's been designated.
Appreciate it, Roger.
Because I don't like to volunteer.
No,
I don't like to volunteer.
No, it's been really good. That's really easy to use.
So
Great
helpful.
thing.
Otherwise, I'd be driving around to get all the
Yeah, we
signatures.
don't want that. It's all good. Not a problem.
Okay, anything?
You make a motion to adjourn?
Yep,
Wait a minute, Roberta was just saying something, was she?
yep, you're muted. I
you, Roger.
What's that?
Tomorrow.
Yeah?
Madam Chairman, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Anyone second that?
Second that.
There's been a motion to adjourn the meeting and has been seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting's officially over.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Nice to
everybody.
see you.
Feel
Good
better,
night.
Mary.
Thank you for all your
Don't
help.
be strangers.
See you in September,
I've heard that's a song.
probably, before my time, before my
time. Great.
before your time.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
See you.
You're nuts. How do I get out of here? Oh, leave me.